Hello. Welcome to another one of these streams where myself and Jan Sesnick alternate between, or every week, one of us implements a bit more of the audio in this Unity project that I built using Unity and pure data. So yeah, I think we're kind of getting towards the end of this whole process. So I think probably a lot of what I'm doing today is kind of tidying things up. But yeah, I think we'll start the way I think that both Jan and I tend to start, which is just by running through the game and listening to where we're at now. Yeah, so one of the bugs I need to fix is that right here, the occlusion script is treating the sound as though I'm behind the door. Actually, I can't move backwards. Oh, the door's already there. I should probably create a bug list. We'll just keep going. I'll do that later. Definitely won't forget to do that. I love how the word there is, or it sounds like creature. Oh, and my echo. Can't actually remember if the word is creature. That doesn't sound like it fits the book.
Went home then, taking the dog with us. The scarlet flowers, bird song.
I still get a bit of crackling with these sounds. I don't know what that is. Like crackling that doesn't sound entirely intentional. I should look into the PD patch and see if it's in the patch itself, or if it's something else that's happening. I do love how when you go far enough away, all you get from that sound is just like the background noise that I guess is at the start of the file. Okay. And I think this is the bit that needs the most work at the moment. Weird things, like, it sounds like, I don't know, there's maybe a bit of DC or something happening. It does sound kind of effective, you get the different effects blending in and out as we travel around. And also I'm pretty sure it's clipping quite badly here. Oh, and I need to disable occlusion once we get to this room, I think. I like how accidentally we've created this like really kind of nice like audio effect or audio transition as we kind of go into Barbalith, and then we end on this screen with Jan's chimes in my left ear. There's something really nice about that. Anyway, Right. What am I doing first? Let me see. Well, Barbalith is kind of like Barbalith's probably the thing that needs the most work. So I guess I'll start. I think I've not touched node 4. So I've got node 1, 2, and 3 are all hooked up to the patch, but node 4 is not. So let's start by doing that. Oh, so much stuff in this patch, and I don't think it helps that it's a mishmash of things that myself and Jan have added. Okay, let's start by, I think first thing I want to do is make it a bit easier to play about with the node effects. So I'm going to create some sliders for this. Send symbol node 1. Doesn't need a label. Yeah, that's all I need. Let's put some comments. So let me come back here. If I turn audio on. Cool. And then yeah, copy paste. Do the, is that right? Do it, yeah. So just do the same thing for all of these node sliders. Cool. So we've got this is the sine wave oscillator, this is the comb filter. I was thinking after my last stream, I've been calling this a comb filter. Is it a comb filter? I don't know. I mean, people can tell me in the comments if I'm wrong and I've been telling you the wrong thing. Anyway, we got we got the sine wave, we got the comb filter or whatever it is. We've got a peaking filter. So I want one more effect, or one more thing to add to the sound, or like that for this last node here. And I probably should have had a think about what I wanted that to be before this stream. Let's see. So I mean, basically, we've got a drone, which kind of I think limits some of our possibilities because just adding a delay in, you don't really hear that if it's a drone. It just kind of makes the sound a wee bit bigger, but it's not super noticeable. Something that might be cool is to have some kind of like random rhythmic element that kind of comes in. Oh, hi, Tom. Yes, that's what I think. That's what I think a comb filter is. It's probably, this is probably a comb filter. Like that's what this is. Basically, this is just a very short delay and I'm setting it to the length of the period of this resonant frequency, which I think is a comb filter. Anyway, we don't need to get hung up on whether I'm using the right terminology or not. It makes a sound like this, which I think is kind of useful for this particular patch. So, okay, so I guess I've decided I want a kind of random, kind of rhythmic sound to blend in. Yeah, well, let's just guess. We can add a sub patch. Node 4 rhythm, let's go with that. Well, I guess we start with random. If I want it to be a random rhythmic thing, and I guess what I want to do, I think. Wait, no. Let's do this differently. Noise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed my noise signal through a low pass filter. So that we effectively get noise that's kind of varying relatively slowly. And in fact, what I probably want here, because I think I'm definitely going to get myself confused. I'm going to add an array so I can actually visualize what's happening. Is that the one I want? Yeah, that is the one I want. And if I just add a metro, actually, let's change the size of this array. So we're just going to bang this continually. And we'll feed the output of this in first, see. Okay, so there's our noise. And because of the way my ADC helper works, you can also hear me being fed through this entire signal flow, signal chain, which is fun. Let me change this so that it makes more sense. So my noise is kind of, it's not really where I want. So let's see. First of all, let's multiply it by, I don't know, 10. So basically what I want to do is I want to get my noise in a range from 0 to 1. So first of all, I want to get, yeah, no, that works. And then, so if I then just add 0.5, this will probably get it close to that 0 to 1 range, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's close enough. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the old multiply by itself trick to kind of emphasize the peaks. I might do that again, actually. What I'm trying to do here is make it so that the peaks occur relatively rare. So most of the time the signal's quite low, then you have the peaks that are quite high. Yeah, that's probably good enough. And then what I'm going to do is, let's see. What do I want to do? I guess I want to trigger something when this signal goes above a certain value. Does that make sense? And this is where I kind of, my knowledge of PD kind of runs into trouble because I'm not entirely sure which object I want. I need in order to do that. Is there? I bet there isn't a Moses tilde. Is there? No. Well, let's just take a look. Let me see. So N, is that the thing that takes an audio signal and turns it into? You know what? I'm going to look up the list of objects because I can never remember all of the objects I need. So what I really want, I mean, really, I kind of want one of these, but for audio signals rather than control signals, which I bet doesn't exist. Oh wait, audio math. This. No. For numbers to audio signals. Oh, detect threshold. That's probably what I want. Output bangs. Outputs bangs. That's what I want. Fantastic. What are these arguments? Okay. Okay, that works, right? So let's just set our threshold to 0.5. We'll use the example debounce times from that file, and rest, I don't know, 0.2. And then, oh, and it outputs a bang. So, oh, yeah. Can I make that bigger? Ooh. Okay. That looks reasonable. So if I then pick that up to, right, so let's say we're just going to create a super simple envelope. What would it be? What's going on with this graph? You know what? Let's add some audio to this so we can actually hear what's happening. Okay. Okay, I mean that's basically doing what I wanted, right? It's a random kind of rhythm, but if I now change the low pass filter frequency, we should hear that triggering speed up. That's too much. Wait. That'll do. That'll do. But I think. So what I'm thinking now is I don't like the fact that this is the exact same envelope every time. In fact, sorry, if I do, oh wait. Sorry, I'm very conscious that we're listening to my voice being fed through all of this, and basically doing amplitude modulation on the drone. I'm just gonna do that. Okay, that's a bit nicer. So yeah, so I think I don't want this to be the exact same envelope every time. So I guess what I want to do is let's use $1. No, let's keep things simple for the time being. Let's just change the decay time to, well, if we use random, and let's set random 0. I'm running out of space on this page, and then so I'm going to go for a random range between 100 and 200 for the decay time, and if I understand how this, there we go. Cool. And I don't think we need this anymore. Skip that. Cool. Okay, right, now. This is a boring sound. Let's change that. I think what I'd like to. Oh, that's horrible. I think I'm going to try with some filtered noise. And I'm wondering, can I get away with a bandpass filter or the so center frequency in Q? Well, Because I think what I would like to have is like I'd like a kind of super. Hmm. What I was thinking is it would be nice to have like kind of sorry, I keep starting a sentence and then thinking about it and then thinking of a different way of doing things. Basically, let me finish a train of thought first. What I was thinking was it would be nice to have like a kind of series of like filtered noise sounds that are being triggered randomly, with like different kind of filter characteristics. So, hmm. I mean, actually, what would probably be good is if we use our random. We can always make use of our random to set the filter. That doesn't sound very good, does it? That doesn't sound very good. Okay, let's try something else. Is that right? I'm going to try adding some clipping so we're distorting the noise. Nope, that's the wrong way around, isn't it? Let's do this on the output and let's amplify our filtered sound. It's quite quiet. We stick this through our clipper. Now I kind of want this to happen faster. Oops, that's it. Hang on. I'm changing the. Hmm. 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 Okay, what if we just have a couple of these? And so what I'm thinking, I don't know, this doesn't seem like a particularly efficient way of doing this, but what I'm thinking is if we multiply this by our receive node 4 in here. And then where's this? So then this needs to come down to our output. Wait, should I not be able to hear something? Oh. Okay. Okay. And now if we have, well, hang on. So if we grab a bunch of these, and I'm just going to cheat a wee bit, stick them all into the same input because this should be fine. Okay, and then if we grab output here. Okay, I think that kind of works. I'm just realizing I probably shouldn't be doing these as sub patches, right? It should probably be. Oh, well, it's fine. No, you know what? This shouldn't be sub patches. Let me change that. Just oh wait, that makes more sense. So we're going to do this, and we're also going to we want to multiply the overall amplitudes. Oh, we can do this really easily. Let's make it twice as loud in the envelope. And close U, delete these. Yeah. What is? Okay. Now, if I turn the audio back on. Okay. Okay, let's see what that sounds like in game. Not entirely sure that's exactly how I wanted it to sound, but we'll see how it goes. Oh wait, hang on. I need to change this patch. This needs to send to node 4 in the actual patch. Okay, so hopefully we'll hear that addition as I go. I think I'm getting some serious DC in my left headphone. Don't know why. Oh, that was weird. Why did I not hear any? Why did I not hear any of this? What's going on there? Barbless 2. We've not changed the patch, have we? Or like it is definitely Barbless 2. Wait. It's not Barbless 2? What's going on? Oh, wait. Oh, this is what Jan was finding last time. The main drone is really quiet now. Wait. Oh, I'm not... Oh. Oh, I am hearing it. It's just super, super quiet. So, I mean, I guess the reason it's quite quiet is because of our attenuation curve and where we are. Like, we're kind of right here, so we're down really at a really low level. But I think I set this curve as it is because it seemed to work earlier on. Hang on, let me play through the game again properly, because I hadn't realized we were using the wrong barbalist patch in the first playthrough. Okay, so like the levels are fine for this bit. So how are they when we get to this bit?
The petals all fall on the creature.
Oh, they're not great. And again, it's because of the attenuation curve. So that's probably what we need to fix, actually. Probably need to fix the attenuation curve.
With us. The scar.
So how do you do that? Because I think what I want to do is I want to modify this curve, I guess, depending on where we are in the level, in the scene. And just changing max distance isn't going to do it, right? Because if I do that... Oh wait, the curve stays the same. Oh, maybe that's all we need to do. We just need... I just have a script that sets the max distance at particular times. Hang on, let me... if I run the game and we go back to the church scene, what happens if I just increase the max distance when we're in there? Okay, let's see. So it's super quiet at the moment. If I set the max distance to 100, there we go. That's better.
And how we went home then.
Okay. Turns out, yes, and yeah, that's exactly what we were doing. We were, or I think I was massively increasing the amplification to get around the fact that I wasn't changing the maximum distance. Okay, right. So that's a really easy fix. Let me just quickly create a script to do that. Set max distance. Yeah, sure. So I think all I need to do here is create a function that we can trigger using Unity's Unity events, because we're already set up so that whenever the player enters a scene, it fires off a whole bunch of Unity events. So I can just add another one to that. So all this script has to do, it just needs a function. Well, first of all, it needs a reference to an audio source. So this is the audio source whose max distance we're going to change. I'm just going to call it audio source. And then we're going to have a public function set max. Oh, sorry, this is C#, isn't it? Set max distance. And yeah, and in fact, we'll have another public variable, public float max distance. And can't call it set max distance, set value. And then we just do audio source dot max distance equals. Cool. So, So, right, what I want is, I want to trigger this when first I want to trigger this is when the player enters the church scene. So that will happen when they leave the second interlude. So where's this happening? It's happening here, I think. Yep. And you know what? Let me grab, so this is void 2. I'm just going to add a script on here. Set max distance. Oh, wait. Where are my public variables? Max distance. These are both public. We should be able to see these in. I'm not getting any errors. Any script errors. What's going on? I had a different one. Yeah, what? Why can I not? Just double check I'm not doing anything weird. What's that about? Oh, well, I don't understand. But anyway, right, so we're going to grab Barbalith as our audio source, and we're going to set max distance to 100, because that seemed to be fine. And then we just add an event on here. Grab, which one's this? This is void 2. Set max distance, set value. So now we're going to trigger that this function, which is just setting the max distance of the audio source. We're triggering that as soon as the player exits this red room to enter this church. Let's just watch, just to double check that it's actually working. We're going to watch this value when I enter that particular space. That did not trigger. Oh. Okay, let's see. Debug. Right, let's try again. we should at least see a message in our console. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, wait. Hang on. Void 2. Interlude 2. I'm pretty sure this is right. So we go from the intro to void 1 to interlude 1 to interlude 2, void 2. Let me try again. Okay, so void 1, interlude 1, interlude 2. Oh, no. Yeah, I put it on the wrong interlude, haven't I? Right. Oops. It was actually this one I was looking for. And void 2. There we go. Right. Try again. Oh, hang on. I'm not very good at hitting the right number of keys to travel to the church scene. Okay, void 1, interlude 1, void 2. Okay, so we set the max distance. Actually, I should double check Barbalith. Yes, we've set the max distance. Now Barbalith should be a sensible void. Yeah. Yeah, that works.
And how we went home then, taking the dog with us, the scarlet flowers.
Okay, now I want to see if it also works for this one. I think we probably want to increase the max distance again here. Although the effects work a lot better now. I'm not getting that horrible DC. Although my weird kind of random rhythmic thing is not very effective. No, we are getting a bit of weird DC on the comb filter. Some combination of like DC and clipping, I think. Which is probably, yeah, I can probably do stuff in the PD patch to improve that. I think though I do want to add another one of those set max distance scripts to this final void, so we just increase the distance a wee bit further. Marvelous again, and let's try 150. And okay, so this will be the final void I want to trigger it from. No, wait, sorry, the final interlude I want to trigger it from. Final void, set max distance, set value. There we go. So I'm just going to quickly check that that makes sense, because I feel like I want the player to be able to hear Barbalith fairly loud as soon as they enter that space. or at least as soon as Barbalith kind of starts rising out of the ground in that space. That works. I mean, I also do need to turn off the occlusion system here. And I think my effects are probably still a bit too loud. I think they're causing issues. Okay. Okay. Anyway, that's one thing fixed. We've we've got the levels as that are being set from Unity set to a more sensible value. I think it's my weird comb filter definitely seems to be causing issues. I kind of wonder. I wonder what happens if I just stick in. I think I did this in my last stream. I'm going to try it again. If I just stick in a tanth function, I'm going to have to look up how xbar works again. I always forget the exact So is it V1? What's the difference between V1 and F2? Oh, V1. V1's the audio. Okay. I feel like they could have named these in a way that was less confusing. Right, so I'm going to feed our audio signal through a tanth function, which will give us a soft clipping. I'm curious what this will actually sound like. I guess I need to copy paste. Okay. Okay, so that sounds fine. I mean, that's my comb filter, which sounds fine here. So, this one definitely needs some work. This isn't very exciting. Yeah. So I guess the thing that confuses me is we're no longer amplifying anything via the size signal. Oh, but maybe what we're doing is we are feeding size into this random depth receive, which I guess is doing something in here. It's doing something here. So maybe what's happening is when we change this, it's amplifying the signal somehow. That's why our comb filter is acting up. So let's try this one. What happens if... Oh jeez. Well, that's warping things somehow. What have I done? What did I do there? Will that reset it? Nope. Wow. Definitely broken things somehow. I think this is probably my comb filter that is acting up. Let me save and reopen the patch. Okay, if I turn this on, it sounds entirely different all over again. Why does... Okay, I have no idea what's going on. Let me let me remove these tan things. Will this get it back to sounding the way it did before? Oh, it still sounds weirdly different to my ears. I'm confused. I feel like this patch has gotten too unwieldy for me. I don't really understand what's happening anymore. Like, if I change this. And I guess this should be set to 1, right? Okay, so yes. Okay, so first of all, this should be set to 1, but I think this is definitely the problem. Random depth receive is amplifying the signal, or amplifying one of the one of the many signals in this patch. And when we feed that through a comb filter, the comb filter is effectively, I mean, I guess it's adding amplifying it to the point where we're getting DC, or like it's maybe offsetting the signal to the point where we're clipping in the tanth function, either down in the negative range of the signal or in the positive range of the signal. So, well, one thing I could do that might help, I don't know if it'll necessarily fix it, but I can stick in a high pass filter. Just set it with a cutoff at 5 Hertz. So that will remove any low frequency signals below 5 Hertz, which means it should remove any DC. You know what? This should probably be a separate file too, shouldn't it? Let's just create a comb filter patch. And get rid of these. Oh wait, where's this? It's coming from there. So let's see if this fixes. If this fixes that, I'm not sure it will. But it's probably not a bad idea to have a kind of DC blocker at the end of the comb filter. Forgot to hold shift while I was doing that, but that actually works, right? I think that works. Yeah, let's see what that sounds like in game. I'm curious because I feel like that might actually solve some of the problems. I think we're probably still a bit too loud. But the combination of the DC blocker and the TANF soft clipping, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Okay. Okay, so that fixes the weird DC stuff that was happening, but it still doesn't feel quite right. I think one thing that I'm not happy about is the sine tone is too loud. So let's just make that a bit quieter. In fact, this is actually, yeah, looking at this, I've made it intentionally too loud, I guess. I'm not sure why I did that. Let me put that back to 1 and just see what that sounds like in the game. I mean, it is still a bit of a noisy, distorted mess, but I think that's maybe appropriate. Certainly, the sine tone makes more sense now. Let's see, I've got. I kind of want. I don't want to carry on too much longer than my hour. I would like to do something a bit more. Let's see, what could I do? I mean, I guess it's the rhythm stuff that isn't really not super effective, I don't think. I guess it might be interesting to use it to duck the main drone. I wonder what happens if well, I guess I could include an outlet. So this is going to be our audio outlet. This is going to be our envelope outlet. But if I want to duck the main drone, I guess what I want is I want to invert the signal. So I'll just do x power 1 minus, what is it, $v1? Yeah. So then, yeah, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll have, I'm sure I shouldn't be using the plus tilde object in this way, but I can figure out the correct way to do that later on. And then, so that'll just sum, wait, that's not gonna work, hang on. That's gonna make that's because we're doing it 1 minus, that's gonna make them, whenever they're not triggering, we're gonna have an output of 3. Let's get rid of that. We'll output the normal envelope value, and then, then we feed those into our x per tilde 1 minus v1, and then we multiply these signals by that value. Yeah, so here, this patch is such a mess. Right, let's just double check that that's still. Oh, well, first of all, I need to multiply this value by our receive node value, so that only actually blends in when that's turned on. But what I'm actually wondering now is, do we even need our noise? Oh, that's not what I meant. What if oh wait, never mind. I'm doing this the wrong way. What if we just don't connect that outlet? What if all we do is we take the envelope and then just envelope the drone? I think that might work. That might be kind of interesting. Okay, let's see. See, I don't know if that just makes it sound like the game is glitching. Hmm. 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 Well, I feel like I've kind of reached the end of my hour, so I should maybe stop there. I guess what I'm wondering is if we, I mean, this patch is such a mess now that I'm not sure I want to add more things to it. But what I'm wondering now is, now that we have this kind of rhythmic thing, what if we added we also blend in a delay when we blend in this kind of ducking effect on the drone? I don't know. I think I'm going to leave this till next week. I think what I am going to do, I think I've got have I got a to-do list in one of these? I thought I had a to-do list, but I maybe didn't put it in the okay, well, I'll come back. I'll add my to-do list off stream. But yeah, I think I'm going to stop there. So thank you for watching. I think we're getting to the end. It does feel like we've probably got a fair bit of polishing still to do. But yeah, thanks for watching. I think Jan will be back next week. So yeah, I'll see you soon.